I am the Department of Administration Safety Officer, and I have multiple duties, but I'm charged with the task of interacting with the different divisions under the Department of Administration and conducting training. And I've been asked to come out today and go over a safe lifting practices session with you. And I have a guest with me today from Office of State Human Resources. This is Kathy Connor, and she will actually be taking the lead on the class, and I'm going to be her assistant because she's got some new information that I haven't viewed yet. But I'm really interested in the message that she's going to bring today, because if it'll keep me safe, I know it'll keep you safe as well. So if we all work together, we can prevent injuries through education. So you guys with me on that?
Yes.
We'll get started right now. Kathy?
Okay. Thank you for coming. I've got years of experience with our ergonomics. Ergonomics is adjusting the workplace to fit you. Each one of you are different sizes, so my waist height is different than his waist height. And we usually want to keep the work, the heavy work, between the waist and the shoulders. So this is what we're going to be going over. What are the risk factors that might lead to an opportunity for injuries? We're going to look at back injury prevention, principles of safe handling, what is the lifting plan right before you do your lift, and what are some back strengthening exercises. By the end of the class, I'm going to have you up and moving, and you're going to get warmed up before you start your work tonight. How's that sound?
As long as you're tired out.
Yeah, you might get a little tired. Okay. So this is from the American Red Cross, and by the way, I didn't give, this presentation was created by Shazong Lore, Safety Coordinator from Factory Mutual. So I'm going to give him credit right now. And I did pull a slide from the American Red Cross. What are some things that might make you more possible for you to have a back injury? Weak muscles. You've got to keep your core. I had my first back injury in October and I'm still suffering from it. But if you don't exercise and keep your core strengthened, you're going to have probably a back injury. How many here ever have a back aches? Raise your hand if back ever hurt you. So we got 3 out of 6 people. Good. That's 50%. That's not 100%. So I like that number. But one thing that you should practice doing all the time is sucking in your stomach. Not 100%, but with 25% effort, okay? You will feel immediately, everybody stand up for a second. And I want you just to kind of suck in your gut and see if you can feel that your posture gets stronger, right? Can you feel that you're standing up straighter? Just 25% effort, don't hold your breath, okay? But can you feel a difference in your back? Do you feel stronger? Do you feel stronger? This is what I need you to practice all the time to protect your back. If you don't have the right, everybody wears safety shoes, correct? Okay, right? You're not shaking your head. Everybody wears safety shoes when they're lifting, okay? Everybody can sit down now. Extra weight can cause back problems and improper lifting techniques. If you already have rheumatoid arthritis, if you have diabetes, a vitamin B6 deficiency, if you're overweight, if you're pregnant, I don't have to worry about that in this room, or if you've had an acute trauma, if you're already, you got injured over the weekend and then you come to work, you're more likely to have an injury. What are the common causes of back pain? It's a heavy lifting, twisting, reaching overhead, reaching down below, awkward postures, sitting all day, standing all day, and if you have a slip, trip, or fall, you're more likely to be injured. So what can we do? You want to avoid bending and lifting whenever you can. So this class isn't just about how to lift safely, it's about how to do your job safely. And I'm hoping that maybe there'll be some things you hear today that you can go back to your work group and discuss, how can we do this lift safer? How can we move that cooler safer? So if possible, you want to store heavy materials, not on the floor, you want to store them on a lower shelf so that you're not having to go all the way to the floor to start that lift. That's going to save your back tremendously. And you don't want heavy things stored up here. You want to try to keep everything in this area here if possible.
Welcome to Eye on Safety, presented by the Canadian Centre for Occupational Health and Safety. Lifting objects is a common activity in many workplaces. If not done properly, there are many ways you could be injured while lifting objects at work. In this video, we're going to show you some proper lifting techniques and share some tips to help you minimize the risk of injury. Preparation before you lift is key. It's important to size up the load before starting and handling. Always check before lifting to see if mechanical aids such as hoists, lift trucks, dollies, conveyors, or wheelbarrows are available. Check the weight of the object that you're going to lift. Check your footwear to ensure it is appropriate for the job. Grease, oil, water, litter, and debris can cause slips and falls. Check that both the pathway and the planned location of the load is free of obstacles and debris. Get help with heavy or awkward loads. When you are ready to lift, follow these general guidelines. Stand as close to the object as possible with your knees slightly bent. Do not bend at your waist. Squat down. Use your legs and hips to lower yourself down to the object. Grasp the object firmly with both hands. If there are handles, use them. Prepare for the lift by looking forward. Depending on the object that is being carried, you may want to use a different lifting technique. Let's talk about some of them. Use the power lift for objects that are too large for you to straddle. The power lift is very similar to the basic lift. In the power lift, the object shifts your center of gravity forward, so you must push your bum out to compensate. Put one foot in front of the other using a wide stance. Keep your back straight, push your bum out, and use your legs and hips to lower yourself down to the object. Don't bend at the waist. Grasp the object firmly with both hands and look forward to prepare for the lift. Lift upwards following your head and shoulders. Hold the load close to your body. Lift by extending your legs with your back straight, your bum out, and breathe out as you lift. If the load is going on the floor, reverse the process by bending your knees and remember to keep your head facing forward. Another lifting method is the tripod lift. Use it for objects with uneven weight distribution, such as bags of salt or food. This lift is recommended for people with decreased arm strength, but not recommended for people with bad knees. To perform this lift, put one foot next to the object to be lifted. Keep your back straight, push your bum out, and slowly lower yourself down onto one knee. Put one hand on a stool or on your thigh for support as you lower yourself down. Grasp the object firmly with both hands. Slide the object from the knee on the ground to your mid-thigh. Keep your head forward, your back straight, and your bum out, and lift the object onto the opposite thigh. Put both of your forearms under the object with your palms facing upward and hug the object to your stomach and chest. Prepare for the lift by looking forward. Lift upwards following your head and shoulders, extending your legs with your back straight and your bum out. Hold the load close to your body and remember to breathe out as you lift. Another lifting method is the partial squat lift. Use it for small objects with handles close to knee height, such as a suitcase. To perform this lift, stand with the object close to your side, with feet shoulder width apart and one foot ahead of the other. Bending at the knees, lower yourself down to the object and grip the handle of the object to be lifted. Using your thigh for support, lift upward. Extend your legs, keep your back straight, your bum out, and remember to breathe out as you lift. Keep the following general tips in mind when lifting objects. Use a wide stance to gain balance. Be sure you have a good grip on the object. Tighten your abdominal muscles. Lift the object as close to your body as possible. Avoid twisting and side bending while lifting. Download our free posters on lifting to help reinforce the tips in this video. Thank you for watching Eye on Safety, presented by CCOHS. For more information on lifting, please visit our website at ccohs.ca.
Are you familiar with these lifting techniques? Have you seen most of them? And sometimes you just want to pick up a piece of paper, but let's say your knee hurts, you can just lean over and lift one leg up to get it. So lifting that one leg, if you try to keep your back straight with it, it takes the pressure off of your spine. When you're looking down at the load, you're not keeping your neck, your shoulder, and your lower back all in the, but if you keep your head up, you're more likely to keep everything straight. So
I never thought about it. It makes sense.
yeah, this was, I thought, a very good video. Bad example. See how he's not squatting, he's just bending here, all the force is here. Look at the difference here when you squat. Very less stress on the back. So, before you do a lift, you want to maintain good posture, suck in your gut, lift objects, holding them really close to your body, never twist when you're carrying. So some people think when they're doing a task that if they have to lift here, it's better to move it right here instead of having to walk. I'd rather you walk because you're going to twist your back. You really have to hold it and then twist, turn your whole body, not just your back. Okay, next, Ricky, please. Okay, I think this slide is so important. Okay, this man weighs 170 pounds, okay? And the force on the back when he comes down here is 85 pounds. He's lifting, in both cases, he's lifting a 30-pound box. The distance between his lower back and his knee is only 16 inches. So right here, that's 480 pounds of pressure on the back, doing a safe lift. But watch what happens when we come over here and he has to reach to 36 inches. Now that 36 inches could be the size of your box or your cooler, right? And you're lifting that far to reach it, 2,100 pounds on your back. Now, some of us have gotten a little bit older. How many times can we do this before our back fails? We're probably constantly getting micro tears in our disc, and once it blows out, you're going to have a chronic problem probably most of your life, and you're always, like I'm doing now, I have to always nurse it and try to be extra safe. So that's why it's so important. But something else that this picture could demonstrate is there's a NIOSH lifting equation that tells you how many pounds you can lift safely. It's a best practice. It's a very annoying equation. There's a lot of math in it, but basically with all the ones I used to do, you could take the same 30-pound box, and for someone who's thin, they could lift that all day long. But someone who's got a larger abdomen, the safe lifting limit drops dramatically. So based on that NIOSH lifting equation, a lot of workplaces will have no more than 40 pounds. Not a lot, but some, because that's what the math shows based on the size. But there's a lot to it, but that's why we want to try to minimize what we have here so we can get it closer. Okay, next.
You want this pointer?
It doesn't work?
Pointer
Okay.
right in the center.
So before you start a lift, and I think now I can probably cut this. Can y'all read that in the back row?
Sure.
Okay. So you want to assess the task. What posture do you have to get to? Do you have to go down way low? Do you have to go down real high? What is your rate of work? How many repetitions are you doing? Do you have an opportunity to take a break in between tasks, which sounds like you do because you're driving? And what are the requirements for team handling? When does that lift need 2 people? And then you need to assess your own characteristics. Are you strong enough? Are you sick that day? What is your health? What is your fitness like? Can you truly lift that? Then assess the load. What is the weight? What is the size? Is it stable? Can it shift on you? Is it hot or cold? Do you need gloves? Gloves often make you use more force in your hands because you can't feel that good through it. So we would want to look at situations like that to see if you have that. Assess the environment. How much space is there? What is the floor like? Is there any uneven levelness on the floor? Do you need to move obstructions out of the way before you go to put that in your truck? Is it hot? Is it cold? What's the ventilation like? These things can affect your ability to do your job. Did it move? Okay, now you want to plan. What is the most appropriate posture? You know, you can work together as a team and work with Ricky, work with me. We can do ergonomic evaluations together. I don't have all the answers. You have the answers. You might not have had an opportunity to sit down and talk to about it because y'all are in your own individual trucks moving down the road, but it's worth to have the conversation. We could teach you how to live safely, but if the environment hasn't been adapted to make it safer, there's an opportunity to possibly have an injury. Okay? Okay, you want to prepare. Can the load be split? Can you bring another cooler with you if you find one that's overloaded and move half the contents to another one? What does that do with the quality? You know, there's a lot of things that need to be discussed before you split the load when it comes to DHH samples. So I'm going to go ahead and say that right now out loud. How can you make the load more stable? Can you move the load to make it more towards the center of your gravity? Is there any sharp objects? Do we need to cover them? Do you need to throw away some type of container that's been put in because it's not safe? Prepare yourself. Check for any space constraints that might make you twist, move obstacles, check the final destination, check for housekeeping, and get a good grip on the load. This is basically going over just briefly what the video just said. You want to get close to the load, you want to squat down, you want to grip the load, hug the load, and then lift slowly. So, we have handouts for you. This is kind of a repeat of what was in the video, but I thought you might want the handouts in case you want to think about how to do this when you don't have access to the video. But again, you know, you want Ricky, you want to kind of help demonstrate the stance. Let's pretend, you want to pretend like that's a load?
We'll have wheels on.
So he's going to get as close to the load as possible. He's going to put his feet apart with one foot slightly in front of the other. He's holding it as close to his body as possible. Look at that. His bum was sticking out. Good job, Ricky. Is this how y'all typically lift? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's another, okay, this is just another picture of what we're doing here, how you squat down, how you grip the load. I think I'm not going to repeat this is everything we've already gone over. I just wanted you to have these handouts so you could see. Okay, so let's stop right here. So before you start any new stretching exercises, you really should check with your doctor. But this is what's going to protect you. Doing stretching, warm up before you go to work. These are the things that are going to protect you either at work or at home. There's a lot of weekend warriors doing landscaping and stuff at the house. But in this particular example, get permission, but you just stand behind your chair and you hold your leg out and hold it for 10 seconds. Here's another one that my physical therapist told me to do when my back blew out. And here's another one that I've heard several people say their physical therapist gave them. This guy is used to doing it, so don't go as fast. Work your way into the movement, but I think you'll feel really better by the time we get done with this. And so I'm going to cut. Yeah, so I'm going to cut this light off, and let's go for it.
Hey everybody, Coach Kozak here from HASFit, and this is my dynamic stretching warm-up routine. These exercises will help you increase your flexibility while warming up your muscles and joints and getting you better prepared for physical exercise, all the while reducing the risk of muscle strain injury. I do not recommend a static stretching routine where you hold certain positions for 30 to 60 seconds before a workout. The latest science and research shows that a dynamic warm-up is more beneficial before a workout, where static stretching is best used for flexibility training separate from your workout. All right, let's get this warm-up started. Okay, first one's going to be an arm cross and a butt kick. We're going side to side laterally, kicking our butt, crossing our arms. Every time you're going to switch which arm goes over top. This is a great one to warm up our chest, our shoulders, our knees, our hamstrings. Side to side, nice and light. This is just easy, just warming up right now, guys. Getting ready, calm before the storm. There we go. Just a few more seconds, side to side. All right, next one we're going to do is going to be a posterior swing. I want you to start with your legs wide, a little bend in your knees. Arms are overhead. We're going to swing through our legs, stretching our hamstrings and our butt, and stand up. This is going to be a great one to warm up your whole back side, from your hamstrings, your butt, your lower back, your upper back. Just keep swinging nice and easy. You can see I have pretty good flexibility, so I'm getting down pretty low. You might not be quite there yet. That's okay. Again, this is just the warm-up. Through your legs, and on this one, on the way down, you should feel a stretch in your hamstrings as you're doing this. Good. Again, just getting out. We're going to go through each muscle, getting everything warmed up and loose. Full range of motion, all the way up, all the way down. Okay, next one. Feet shoulder width apart, weight in our butt, upper body's on a 45-degree angle. We're going to pull and fly. Pull, fly. Pull, fly. Great one to warm up your back. Also getting a little leg warm up in here too. Pull, fly. There we go. Keep moving. Doing great. Getting ready for that workout. Just a few more seconds. Keep breathing. Stay focused. Next one, we're going to do a high knee pull down. Feet shoulder width apart. We're going to reach up high, and we're going to bring our knee up as we pull down. Alternating knees. Each time, reaching up big and high, pulling down. Get a little ab flex in here too, a little ab warm up. Quads are warmed up, shoulders and back. Again, just getting the blood flowing, getting ready for the workout. High knee pull downs. Good. Next one, weights on our hips. Hands are out in front of us. We're going to do a standing twist. Warming up those abs and your core. Nice and slow. Not rushing this one. Feeling a nice stretch in your abdominals as you move back and forth in a controlled fashion. Standing twist. Good job. Next one, we're going to do a standing calf raise. So all we're going to do is push up off the balls of our feet all the way up, back down. All the way up, back down. Get a full range of motion. Stand up on the balls of your feet, stretching out those calves, getting them ready. There we go. Just a couple more times. Okay, last one, we're going to do a running arm. Put your elbows at a 90-degree angle. Your hands are going to come in front of your face, behind your back. Just like we're running. There we go. Warming up those shoulders. 90-degree angle at each elbow. Okay, that concludes our warm-up. Let's get to the workout.
What do you think of that?
Like that.
Do y'all feel warmed up?
I'm warmed up.
And that was 5 minutes. So that little bit of warm-up can make the difference.
Hey everybody, Coach Kozak here from
every
Aspen.
day.
What'd you say?
We need to do that every day.
It would be great if your management, if you had a way to play this, so Ricky
I'll do
had.
it at home before I get over here.
Yeah, if you had a way, but I guess there's not an internet connection in here
We'll
or
need
something.
videos.
Japanese companies, production companies, manufacturing, they make their employees do it.
Right,
It's
right.
mandatory.
So that could be something you talk to your safety committee about in management to see, could you start the day off in this room, but there's not an internet connection, right? So that's something you'd have to look into. Okay, do you have any questions? If you don't have any questions, the class is ended.